So guys, we've already covered Floowandereeze, yeah, this silly ass name change. We've already covered the deck, but I just wanted to cover it again and kind of give an updated checkpoint, I guess, as the deck is literally about to drop like next month. So I just kind of wanted to touch on it again. If you've never seen the combos, obviously Robina by itself is a 1-card combo that can help you get to the established boards that you pretty much want inside of this deck. If you don't know what any of these cards do, the deck is exceptional at recovery. Basically, you can add cards that are banished back to your hand after you've tribute summoned them, and then do the exact same thing on the next turn, as well as have an extra additional normal summon in and of itself off of the penguin itself. Now with the deck, guys, I pretty much think that it's not going to be anything higher than tier 3, maybe tier 2 over here, but then again, the deck is just really easy to stop at certain choke points. But it is really, really powerful and gets to play on either turn. Now, a lot of people already pretty much know how the combos go, but just in case you don't, again, on your opponent's turn, you can interrupt them with a specific winged beast. Mega Riser usually is one that I feel like is mandatory to play, but you can also play cards like Dark Samorg, cards like Apex Avian, etc., etc. As far as the trap card is concerned, it's pretty much an escalation on your opponent's turn, but it also is a Book of Eclipse if you've never seen the card either. As far as the second card, second combo, I wanted to show what happens when you open Map and Robina, and then pretty much go from there. Again, with Mysterious Map, by revealing a level 1, you can banish any Floowandereeze card that's inside of your deck, outside of your deck, by banishing it directly. And then from there, you pretty much can just do the same type of plays, except with this specific play, Toucan is a card that can actually help you add back from the banish pile. And just in case you do happen to open a specific card, you can open from there another additional way to get to the same end board, which is opening up the Floowandereeze impin and then going from there into some other cards, such as the Mysterious Winds card that can help you to be able to either A, normal summon a card, or B, tribute summon on your opponent's turn and pretty much snatch a card away from them, as well as tribute summon something onto your side of the field by tributing one of your cards and one of their cards. So it gives you all the recursion in the world, an escalation type effect, a Stormforth like effect, and basically this deck is just a new Monarch, just a new True Draco. It's just a 2021 version heading into 2022. As far as just showing specifically what these hands can do, I do this every single time a new deck comes out, but I really like to do it in real life. I highly recommend doing this. It's been taught to me. Shout out to Jeff McIntosh. I'm sure you guys know about him. He's one of the greatest Kansas City players in history of Kansas City, but literally he would do this for hours on end when I would watch him get a new deck. And I highly recommend this because it helps you to build on, hey, is this hand good going first and second? What happens? Is each hand playable? Can I go second with these go second cards that I may or may not draw? Is my hand fixable off the cards that I draw? And can I play into something else? Can I walk into a board? For me, guys, in my direct opinion, this is just my opinion, I feel like you have to have cards that can help you to go second. And I feel like Shifter is actually a little bit overrated. Now, it's obviously an insane card, which can just destroy and wipe your opponent from even being able to play. But if you can see from some of these hands, I'm playing cards like Harpy's Feather Duster, another card like Lightning Storm. I just feel like you have to have cards that can help you to play through your opponent's board, and you have to have hand traps. Guys, I don't remember ever seeing a deck, shout out to Tim, we talked about this last week. I don't remember ever really seeing a deck that isn't an elite deck that you can pretty much play and still not have any kind of go second card. You have to have some kind of hand trap to be able to play in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! If you do not have cards that can help you to go second, or at least stop your opponent somewhat, I just don't think you can play anymore. Now, as far as some of the cards that I feel like you're going to have to play, I feel like Imperm, Ash, I definitely think Valor is another option. These are the cards that you have to play as far as hand traps in the deck, because they're the hand traps that stop you. And obviously, if a whole lot of people are playing Floowandereeze, that means a hell of a lot of people are also going to be on the same cards, which means playing a card like Crossout, which comes out inside of the Mega 10s, will be the perfect candidate for the deck because you have to stop your opponent from stopping you. And those cards like Imperm can devastate this deck. So I'm, again, pointing that out. I really feel like there's a lot of education inside of playing these games repeatedly over and over and over again. But obviously there's a lot to be left to be desired. As far as the profile, I really feel like the epitome of what you want to do in this deck is open up the same type of hands over and over and over again. And I really feel like a card like Jack in the Hand is definitely something that you have to think about. As far as some of the other wing beasts, though, I do feel like you maybe want to give Apex Avian a try. You maybe want to give Samorg a shot out in your side deck, because I really feel like you have to have something. This literally, my side deck is just how my side deck turned out. There is going to be so much deck evolution with this deck. Very similar to when True Draco came out, when Monarch came out, how there needed to be some customization and some adjustment to the meta. I don't think this deck is quite as good as Monarch was when it came out. I don't think it's as good as True Draco when it came out, but it's definitely going to be in the same realm of thought, where you're going to have to adjust on the fly consistently over and over and over again to be able to play the game. This deck struggles going second. That's why I'm playing cards like Harpy's Feather Duster and, again, Lightning Storm, like I said earlier. But obviously people may not want to take Shifter out of the main deck. It's just something that I'm doing. I'm just trying stuff out. I really feel like you have to experiment with everything. And I feel like everybody was just automatically playing Shifter and not really thinking about why you're playing it and what cards does this deck need to be able to play. And I really feel like you have to have some kind of mass wipeout for your opponent. Now, obviously, these could be other hand traps. These could be Nibiru's or something, but I wouldn't play Nibiru. They obviously could be Shifter, as you already see. But as far as the rest of the deck, guys, if you already know what most of these cards do, I don't have to touch on each and every one of them. But I do feel like the side deck is just something interesting. Again, the Veiler could be in the main deck. If you really feel like Veiler becomes an adjustment within the meta that you're going to have to adjust to, then you would probably main it and then maybe take out one of the Imperms for a Veiler. You know, like, that's the type of adjustments that I'm talking about. Sphere Mode is just something I was trying, because Drytron is still going to be a problem, and I also feel like it may do something against some other combo decks, but obviously with Tri Brigade being one of those, you may want to find a better card than Sphere Mode. It's just me trying it out. But the Veiler and the Lancia, again, are there for the crossout, just in case either one of those cards is dropped on you. They can actually throw your turns off a little bit. Obviously the Lancia, because you won't be able to get the cards as recursion back in your hand. It's just something to try out. I really haven't got to see the card as much. But as far as going into each and every scenario with each and every one of these cards, I definitely feel like there's a lot to be experimented on. Again, Dogmatica is a thing. Obviously with Punishment, you would have cards like Farragut to go into your extra deck. And it's just a lot of experimentation. Again, guys, I'm really impressed by this deck, but I definitely don't think it's going to be that oppressive. But it's going to be something you have to pick up and learn. Hope I've helped you out a little bit, guys. I'm out. YG, baby. Pegasus out. Sayonara.